So striker aside, if we were to sell all those and bring in that money, we'd need a right back,
centre back,
a centre back, and a winger. You think we could do that for 65? No, it says striker aside because we've got money for a striker.
Striker aside.
Gareth Bale. Real Madrid want him off the wages
for free.
Yeah, get Gareth Bale for free in. Give him a 30 million signing on fee. Pay him 150 grand a week, and that covers his wages pretty much.
Well, what I think the most likely thing is, I honestly do not think this is beyond the realms of possibility if we do get him on loan and pay a big portion of his wages. I don't think that's beyond because Madrid are sick of the sight of him. I think something has to give this summer with Bale. Perfect window. Keep Aurier. Don't bother signing another right back. Sell the other players we said, and then buy a centre back and get Bale in. So centre back and a winger. And bam, you got a perfect window. But how good is our squad if we only just get a striker, no one else? Now, just from now,
it's good, but it's not great. I think if we get the targets that we were talking about, we have a really great, well balanced squad. If we just get a striker in, I think we can still challenge for top 4. If we get the targets we're talking about, I'm not saying we can go for a title challenge, but I think we can finish maybe third 3, and close the gap a tiny bit on the top 2. What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another squad overview video. The transfer window slammed shut last night. Well, the internationals transfer window, the EFL transfer window is still open for another couple of weeks, I believe. But look, we brought you a video around a month ago giving you our squad overview and seeing how we're shaping up and what we need to do before the end of the transfer window. We played you a clip which you must have just seen. A few clips from that video, seeing what we thought and what we could do. But the transfer window is said and done now.
So we always said we're going to revisit that video after the transfer window's closed, and so here we are looking at our lovely squad now. The transfer window has closed. We're going to go through it now and how each position, where we think we're at with it, and how happy we are with each position now, and what options we have. Yeah,
let's just start off with telling you should probably know this already, but the incomings and the outgoings. So let's start off with the outgoings. The outgoings have been Juan Foyth on loan with an option 15 million to buy it.
To Villarreal.
Yeah, to Villarreal. And it looks as though, from his comments, it looks as though he's not expecting to come back to Tottenham.
Yeah. The fact they have an option to buy, which means if he does do well there, it's actually not that much of an outlay, 15 million for them to buy him. So it's quite likely that will be the last we see of him. Because even if he doesn't do well, then it's not like he's going to get back in the Tottenham team, is it?
And then KWP, Kyle Walker-Peters, one of our own, he went to Southampton as part of the Højbjerg deal. Sessegnon has gone to Hoffenheim on loan, which is actually a really interesting deal. I think that it's a really clever deal, and I think he's going to do well there.
Yeah, some players have gone out to Germany in recent times, young players, and done really well, as we've seen. So I think hopefully he gets some game time out there. They play a high-pressing, attacking style. Hopefully he does well there, and apparently they're desperate for a left wing-back. So hopefully he should see a lot of game time at Hoffenheim.
And then obviously Ollie Skip and Troy Parrott as well, going out on loan to respective championship clubs, Norwich and Millwall. And then the incomings have been Joe Hart on a free, Højbjerg for about 15 million as part of the Kyle Walker-Peters deal, Reguilón for around 30 million, Gareth Bale on loan with an option to extend, and Carlos Vinicius on loan with an option to buy at the end of it as well for around, I think, 35-40 million.
Yeah, fantastic business. We said at the end of our squad review, we'll go through it in a minute, but at the end of the old one, we said the perfect window would be a striker, a centre-back, and a winger, and a right back to replace Aurier. No, we said keep Aurier even. That would be the perfect window, and we did keep Aurier. So
I think we'd already had Doherty by
and
then.
And a winger.
We'd already signed Doherty and Højbjerg by then.
So we said a striker, centre-back, and a winger would be perfect. And we didn't get the centre back, but we've improved the left back situation massively. We've got the striker. It's just been a fantastic window. We're going to go through each.
And we got Gareth Bale,
and Bale.
It was just a pipe dream when we were talking about it in this video.
But I said on the 8th of September, a month ago, I said I really believe it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Spurs could get Bale on loan. I said that in the review. I said something has to give this summer, and that's exactly what happened. All right,
let's get into the overview. Let's start off with the goalkeepers. I mean, I think this is the best 3 goalkeepers Spurs have had it all at one time in my lifetime, pretty much, or ever. It could be ever. So it's Hugo Lloris, obviously our number 1 goalkeeper and captain. Joe Hart, which looks like he's number 2, and Paulo Gazzaniga as our number 3.
Yeah, and the squad review before we said we would sell Gazzaniga for about 8 million to raise funds, but it turns out we didn't need to sell him to raise funds because we signed the players anyway.
It could have helped in our bid to get Milan Skriniar.
True, very true, but that didn't obviously pan out at the end of the day. I feel bad for him because I feel like he wanted to move. Because he wants to be number 1 somewhere. He's probably played second fiddle now for 3 years at Tottenham, and it's probably time to move on. He didn't get the move. The only chance really now is if he was to join a championship club before the end of that window, but I don't know if he would want to drop down a division.
Would you rather drop down a division or be a third choice keeper?
Good question. He's going to be battling out with Joe Hart to be second choice now.
Yeah, I agree. I feel for him big time because actually he did well when he came in last season. Jose Mourinho was singing his praises, and then to be stumped by Joe Hart. I mean, I get it for like the foreign places in the squad, but I still think Gazzaniga's a better keeper than Joe Hart.
I think so as well. It's harsh on him. But Joe Hart, he's more of a leader, I guess. He knows he's got the know-how. I know he hasn't had a great couple of years, as we said, but Mourinho's the one who sees them in training, not us. And clearly, he rates Joe Hart higher than Gazzaniga. But yeah, good set of keepers. Gazza's staying on board, so I guess there's still that competition for the second place. But obviously, Hugo, no one's touching Hugo at the moment. So, but good set of keepers.
Yeah,
I'm happy
good set of keepers, 100%. Let's move on to the right backs. We've got Serge Aurier, who we kept and we didn't sell like we were calling for in the last squad review. And
we weren't calling for. We said it was going to happen. We said it was going to happen because that was all the reports at the time. But we actually said at the end of the video, perfect window, we keep Aurier.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
And Matt Doherty, our new signing from Wolves this year. I mean, it's night and day from last season. I mean, it's double the options. Aurier was out on his own last season. Now we've brought in someone to compete with him, and we're already seeing the fruits of that with Serge Aurier with 2 stunning performances this season.
I think it's the right thing to do. I think all this selling Aurier and then maybe scrambling around for a backup right back in like Celik and all these people we're linked with. I said at the time, there's no point. We got Aurier, just keep him. He's better than any of those right backs we're linked with. For 20 million, not going to get much better than Serge Aurier in this market, and it's proving right because obviously against Man United, what performance he put in. Hopefully he's going to step up his game with the added competition, and I think we've got really good options there, right back, 2 different options, and we got Doherty there at the right back who can come in if we need to play 3 at the back as well. Perfect option there to play the wing backs. It opens up to different systems as well. We've got them both competing with each other, so I think it's in terms of how we've done a right back, no arguments. Really great stuff.
100%. Let's go to the left back situation because even in our overview that we did a month ago, we didn't expect us to bring a left back. I think both of us at the back of our mind knew we needed that left back, but just because of the noises that were coming out of the club, we didn't even think of it.
Yeah, and we had Sesnio at the clubs. We thought he was going to be competing with Davis maybe in that role. The noise coming out of the club and in pre-seasons as well. Sirkin was ready to step up to the first team and be back up for Ben Davis.
Do you reckon that was just Mourinho filling the press with, we're not even looking for a left back?
Maybe, but I don't know. So it goes 2 ways because Alistair Gold was saying even at the beginning of the window that if we see an opportunity that we think we can't turn down, we're going to go for it. And I think maybe Reguilón was that opportunity for the 27 million, a player of his quality who we kind of had a free run at because Man United decided against the deal. No one else was really in for him. We saw it as an opportunity we couldn't turn down to upgrade at left back, and you know what? It looks like at the moment after 2 games, it's been an exceptional deal. And apparently as well, I'm reading his obviously the buyback clause in his contract was a big talking point, and apparently it's only available next summer for 1 summer.
I thought it's available for 2 summers.
Apparently it's only available 1 summer, which is next summer, and he obviously has to agree to it. Of course. So if he decides he wants to stay at Tottenham and doesn't want to go back to Madrid, then Madrid can't do anything. So hopefully Reguilón falls in love with Spurs. Obviously, he was a Madrid boy, so if he gets a chance to be first choice in Madrid, it'll probably be very hard to turn that down. But if he isn't, if he's going,
I think it all depends on how things are going here.
Yeah. If Madrid still have like Mendy, who looks like one of the best left backs in Europe, if he doesn't want to play second fiddle to him, he can still be first choice here.
And the great thing about the left backs situation is obviously Reguilón adds something completely different that no one else adds on that left hand side. You've got Ben Davis, who can drop into a back three as well. He's not just a left back. And then you've got Dennis Serkin as well, who's
there,
highly thought of for the club and who's still there.
Yeah.
So I think that's 3 good options.
Good competition. Obviously, we know Mourinho's a big fan of Ben Davies anyway, and he was set to be our first choice left back for the season. So the fact that we've upgraded on the left back situation, added competition, is absolutely fantastic. The fact that we got Reguilón, a player of his quality, with 27 million, where left backs like Chilwell were going for 50, is an excellent piece of business. And again, some more amazing business at left back. Again, upgrading that position and adds competition. So no arguments again. Fantastic.
Let's look at the centre-back situation.
Just quickly, but Sessegnon as well. He's let go to Hoffenheim,
Yeah.
So that's a shame. That's a shame for him, but hopefully he'll get the minutes.
No, but I think it's only a good thing. He's a young boy. Let him have a year in Germany, grow, start as left-back week in, week out in top competition.
And if he's that great, imagine next year having Sessegnon and Reguilón competing for that left-back spot. And even if Reguilón goes back, hopefully Sessegnon's ready to step up.
Yeah. So let's look at the centre-back situation. I think this is the only position in our squad now where there's potential of that we need improvement.
Yeah, agreed.
I think this is the only spot in our squad. And let me just run through the centre-back options. That's Eric Dyer, Davinson Sanchez, Toby Alderweireld, Japhet Tanganga, and potentially Ben Davies can also fill in there.
Yeah, we said at the last in the overview we would sell Foyt for 15 million. Obviously, he's gone on loan with an option to buy for 15 million, so that's still coming to fruition. Cameron Carter-Vickers is still at the club, but he's probably very likely to leave before the EFL window, considering he's in his last year of his contract, I believe. So I expect him to leave. So the options there, we already said that Dyer, Sanchez and Toby are solid options, but we still need that one commanding centre-back. It all depends for me, first of all, I think a lot depends how they develop in the team. If Dyer develops well, Sanchez really develops into a top centre-back because he's still young, and Toby, how he manages his body, because at the moment he does seem a bit slow. He seems a bit sluggish. It does seem like age is catching up to him, but hopefully he works hard in the gym and stuff in the training ground, gets his body right. Maybe he'll get back to his peak fitness, but at the moment it doesn't look like that. So it all depends how good Toby can be. If Toby gets back to his best, we're fine. But if he doesn't, we're still quite short.
Yeah, but also what's going to stand us in good stead as well, because what I've been banging on the last year and why our defence turned so bad is because of the protection from the fullbacks and Pierre and the defensive midfielder as well.
Agreed.
And we've got that. We've got Reguilón now. We've got Aurier and Doherty, and we've got Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in the middle as well. And we all know what Pierre has been doing the last week or so. So look, I think even though we didn't sign that centre-back, I don't think it's too bad because of those 3 options that we have.
I think our defence will improve. You saw that under Pochettino, even though we were pressing high, we weren't exposed at the back because we had that protection from all over the place, from midfield, from the full-back areas. The centre-backs weren't as exposed as they used to be, and I'm hoping that's exactly going to be the situation now. The centre-backs aren't going to be as exposed. We're going to be defending more compact and more as a team than we were before. So I think even though the centre-back options we could do with one more, and hopefully maybe in January or next summer we'll rectify that. I think it won't be as bad, the problem.
Well, you never know. We might sign someone.
We could even sign Joe Rodon. They're saying Joe Rodon from Swansea. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But it looks like that unlikely to happen. Yeah.
Let's look at our centre midfield options now. We've got a host of options in the centre midfield, and it really is looking tasty. So Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, he started the season brilliantly. I thought he's growing and growing and growing every game. Harry Winks, Moussa Sissoko, Jedson Fernandez, Giovanni Lo Celso and Tanguy Ndombele. I mean, when we brought you the last video, Tanguy hadn't really staked a claim for the first team, but really he's starting to show what he's about now.
There were still rumours of him leaving a month ago when we were talking about this video. We were saying even at the time we'll get like 55 million. We'll have to see where we're at in terms of that in those options. But obviously he's really, really stepped up, hasn't he? Ever since the start of the season. He's got the trust of Mourinho. He's playing Premier League games. He's playing he's starting games in Europa League. He's starting games in Premier League. He's putting great performances in against Chelsea, against Man United. He's here to stay. He's like a new option. He's like a new signing this season. Obviously, you got all the other centre mids battling for position. Winks is going to find it very, very tough to win his place back, with Højbjerg now playing this deeper role, protecting with the centre backs, dropping in between the centre backs.
With the Europa League, we've got a squad to handle it, and that's the good thing about it all.
Yeah, but Winks, in terms of being our first choice centre mid, in terms of playing the big games, he's going to find it very tough.
To be honest, I don't ever think Winks was ever good enough to be our starting out-and-out first-choice centre mid.
I think he could be. I think he could be in
Could
a 4-3-3.
but I don't think he ever was.
He hasn't shown it just yet, but I think he has a lot of potential, and I think hopefully this will drive him to up his game, all this competition. Sissoko comes in against Man United, has a fantastic performance. Jensen can't get anywhere near it looking, even though he started against Chelsea and did a decent job. We've still got Lo Celso, who we haven't seen that much of him this season, but what we have seen is absolutely fantastic. So there's a wealth of options, different tactical manoeuvres we can play in centre midfield, just wherever we can set up and whatever we want.
We can be so fluid tactically, it's crazy. I mean, if you want to play 5 at the back, 2 up top, wingers, pushing up full-back, sitting back full-back, like literally 4-4-2, 3-5-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, like anything we can do comfortably.
We have defensive midfielders. We got box-to-box midfielders. We got playmakers. We got everything you asked for. We got dribblers. We got strength. We got steel. We got any sort of combination you want for any sort of game. Mourinho has all the tactical flexibility you could ever ask for. So I think it's a fantastic set of options we've got in centre midfield, and it looks like Jedson could miss out on the Europa League squad. That's how strong our squad is, because we've got so many foreign players at the moment.
I mean, I can't see us taking up this option to sign Jedson at the end of the contract.
At the moment, you can't, especially because it's 50 million. I can't see us spending that money. But you never know. You never know. Maybe a long-term injury to one of the midfielders, Jedson gets a run of games and starts killing it. You never know. But at the moment, yeah, you're right. You can't see it.
Let's go to our attacking midfielders. I mean, we've mixed up the wingers and basically anyone that can play behind the striker into this section. So we got Heung-min Son, Gareth Bale, Lucas Moura, Eric Lamela, Steven Bergwijn, and Dele Alli. I mean, what a host of options.
Unbelievable.
There.
We said in our last video that our attacking midfield options are probably like an 8 out of 10 if you're looking at options. It's absolutely a 10. Adding Gareth Bale to those set of attackers, you couldn't have asked for any more than that.
Exactly. And we said in that, like, we're okay in that front, but if we were to add someone like Gareth Bale, it would take us to another level.
And that's exactly what happened. Yeah. It's exactly what happened. We've got Gareth Bale on a loan deal. I said if we're going to get Gareth Bale, I reckon he'll be on loan. It's exactly what happened. 1 year with an option to extend. The good thing about Gareth Bale was he's come in. He looks so ready and he looks so motivated to come back to his best. You see him on the touchline, how invested he is on us winning. How him jumping up when Spurs score. Look how nervous he looked at the penalties.
When he was on the touchline in Real Madrid and he was doing all that business and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. This guy looks like a man who's reinvigorated now. Mourinho is saying that this guy has so much motivation to get back playing for Tottenham and to get back to his best that he's even going to improve how quickly he gets back from injury, and it's so exciting to add him to the set of attackers that we have.
And I don't know if you saw that video on Sky Sports on the weekend with Hugo Lloris, and Hugo Lloris was saying, I mean, like, it's just so good to have him back, because they played 1 season with each other.
Yeah.
And Hugo Lloris was saying that, like, he just has a smile and an aura about him that it's lifted the whole squad, and like you can just see how happy he is to be back at Tottenham Hotspur. And that just tells the whole story, to be honest. And the players you've got in and around him, you've got Bergwijn, Ali and Lucas, who were pretty much nailed on starters last year.
And Lamela.
And Lamela as well. And now they're not. And now you've got a fully fledged squad. You've got players on the bench to bring on. Cast your mind back to when Pochettino was our manager. We had Nkudu and Ng to bring on off the bench if we needed a goal. Now we got Lucas, Lamela, Bergwijn, Ali, Vinicius. Like, it's incredible.
The attacking midfield options are absolutely phenomenal. The what we've done as well, and also think about how much we spent on all those players. How much collectively have we spent on that? Not much at all.
Son was how much?
Son was 20.
Bale was a loan.
Bale was a loser. Was 25.
Lamela was 30.
Bergwijn was about 27.
Yeah,
and Ali was 5. So compared that to Man City or teams like that who would have.
Man City spent £400 on just
400 million. Yeah, exactly.
400 million. Yeah.
I think we've got that sort of quality for a decent amount of money, under 100 million for all of those, I believe. So I think that's a really solid piece of business. I think it's really, really great options. And also, as we were saying, the central midfield options, great tactical flexibility for Jose Mourinho. He can play 4-3-3. He can play 4-2-3-1. He can play 3-5-2. He can put Ali in the centre. He could put Bale in the centre. He could put Lucas or Bergwijn out wide. He could put Son or Bale out wide. It's just unbelievable amount of options. Unbelievable. Any sort of tactical flexibility, any sort of weakness he sees in the opposition defence, he has the tactical tools to manoeuvre.
We should never be worried about scoring a goal.
We should never be worried about
scoring a goal.
And it goes back a long way for about last season after the Leipzig game. He says he feels like he's got a gun with no bullets. Well, now you've got a bloody full round, Jose, so get firing.
I mean, he must have a machine gun now.
Exactly. Anyway, nuclear bomb, it looks like,
literally.
at the moment.
And now let's move on to the strikers. And we've obviously got Harry Kane, who's playing his best football of his career at the moment. I genuinely believe that. And we've got someone called Carlos Vinicius, who we loaned off Benfica with an option to buy. Again, great options. One more option that we had last year. One more option that we've had the last 2 or 3 years, to be honest. And I think that we have been dying for a striker for so long. It became such a joke that even the Tottenham social media team decided to troll us all over it.
Absolutely brilliant. It was brilliant. I mean, it was brilliant, but it was like, well, it's your fault. Like, you should have signed the striker. And you're commenting on about it. But it was brilliant. Brilliant video. It has been a while since we signed a striker. You know, we've tried Janssen, we've tried Lorente. We had successful Lorente, but obviously Janssen was a massive flop. But finally, we've got a striker in who's young, who's hungry, who isn't here to just sit on the bench. Who I think is motivated to try and break into that first team. He's top goal scorer in Portugal last year. It's exciting. Hopefully, he'll take the burden off Harry Kane, especially in the Europa League. Hopefully, he can play those games, and we won't demand too much of Harry Kane to be playing against Lask and Ludogorets and all these lot. Send Vinicius out on the plane. He can do it. He can fill in. He's tall. He's strong. He's physical.
I do not want Harry Kane to play a minute of the Europa League group stages. I really don't.
And great thing is as well, if need be, late in games, he's another option. He's a plan B. We could even start him and Kane together if need be. Adds another option.
And he's big and tall and strong, and he's a target man up there as well. And not only is he a target man, but his thing is being a poacher in the box, and he gets goals.
Exactly, absolutely perfect. Exactly what we need, because Kane has kind of dropped back a bit, so he's not as much of a poacher as he used to be, and he can fill in that role if need be. If we're needing a goal desperately in the last 15 minutes of a game, he can come on and be that poacher in and around the box. If a defence is camped out in their half, who better to? Last season, how many times did we continually swing balls into the box and no one there? No one's there to dominate the ball in the box. We have someone now. We have someone who's physical, who's a big, tall striker, 6'3", and he's got a bit of pace about him as well. So absolutely fantastic. And he's Brazilian. And it's absolutely fantastic piece of business there from Tottenham to get that striker through the door. So again, what options to have, especially in the forward areas, tactically and ability-wise as well. Really great window from Tottenham Hotspur.
I completely agree. But there you have it. That is our squad overview for this season 2021. Let me just remind everyone that the year ends in 1 this season, people. Jose Mourinho's second season. What more omens do you want? Seriously, what more omens do you want? Spurs have to get a trophy this year. We have to.
Rating the squad out of 10 now.
I would say 9.
9 out of 10.
9.5.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, first of all,
from where it was, I mean, when you compare it to someone like Liverpool's, would you say, I would still say it's a bit behind Liverpool just because of they've been together for 2 years now.
Agreed. Liverpool have been together. We've still got players who know each other, though. They got Kane, Son, Dyer.
They've been there, done that the last 2 years. Champions League, Premier League.
They have. Hope they need to keep their motivation high. I actually genuinely believe, or I guess with Liverpool with Thiago and Jota, they've added some depth to their squad. But I believe our depth is really up there. It really is up there. There are a few deeper squads with the amount of quality that we have in the squad in the Premier League. I think this transfer window we have now overtaken in terms of ability in the squad Man United, and we've overtaken potentially Chelsea as well. I believe. I really believe that. Time will tell. Chelsea have obviously had a great summer, no doubt about it. Werner, Havertz, all the Ziyech.
Time will tell about Chelsea, but I definitely agree with you with Man United.
But I think for sure Man United, especially Arsenal as well. I know they got Partey, but I still believe we definitely got a deeper squad than them. Time will tell with Chelsea, but in terms of first 11, for sure, yeah, they stack up against anyone. But in terms of depth of the squad, I really believe we're up there. I really believe we're better than them.
In terms of attacking options, who's got that many attacking options as we've got in a squad? I don't think anyone, not even Liverpool.
Exactly.
Even City, I don't think. I think that we have got the best attacking options in the Premier League.
It's unbelievable, our attacking options.
In
terms of ability, there's very few, but in terms of depth, that's the thing.
Yeah,
in
that's
terms
what
of
I'm talking.
depth,
I'm talking about depth.
You can't get much better than that. And imagine you've played an hour or 75 minutes against Son and Bale, and all of a sudden you got Bergwijn and Lucas and Dele and coming on. It's like you're going to be even more tired. That's exactly what Jose loved. So fantastic piece of business from Tottenham.
All right, so there you have it. We are two very happy Tottenham fans
very happy
at the moment with everything that's going on. It feels as though something special, something very special is happening in N17. I mean, I have never seen such an amazing squad, just full of talent, full of stars, and not full of egos. That's the main thing. I think Jose Mourinho, why it didn't work out for him at some clubs is because of the egos in the squad. Why it didn't work out for him at Man United is because the Woodward did not give him what he wants. He has finally got a squad with packed of talent, not packed of egos, and packed with just cover for each other. It's just amazing.
It's not even a squad. I think it's a club as well, because we're so hungry to win stuff. We're so hungry to get trophies and win things. They're going to listen to everything he says. So everyone is going to be behind him. Everyone's going to be intensely listening to what Jose Mourinho has to say, and everyone's going to be on the same singing from the same hymn sheet in this squad. So I think this could be a match made in heaven this season.
And you got to look at it when he was at Man United. Yeah, Jose Mourinho's blockbuster in himself, but he had people fighting with him for the ego to be the biggest man at the club, Paul Pogba and what have you. Here, you don't see Harry Kane doing that. Like, Harry Kane is a very modest kind of guy. Like, Jose Mourinho is the blockbuster at Tottenham Hotspur. He's the main one. He's the main guy, and I think that can only help us. I really do. But anyway, that is my 2 cents on it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of our squad, what you think of our transfer window, and what do you think that we can achieve this season. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.